Hello, hello. Is it working? Okay. So, welcome back to season two of the Golden Cap. We're bringing it back this season. People loved it, and it's going to be a bit different than last season. Sam West is not here this time around. So, it's going to be me and DolphiN, see his face on the screen, and we're going to try and bring more guests in like that. But let's get into it. So, congrats to Froyotech winning last season. Not the best grand finals, but there were some good matches leading up to it overall.
Yeah,
And
they had some good like close games with during the start of the playoffs, but that grand finals was definitely something that we kind of expected and was kind of disappointing.
yeah, just you gotta hope because the bagel match in the upper bracket finals was probably one of the best games I've seen in a while, especially because it's just no stalemate, constant going back and forth. There were so many close rounds down to the wire, and Grands, as per usual, is a little bit anticlimactic, but
Yeah.
you gotta hope for better. But let's get into some differences about this season Golden Cap and just talk about some little things that we've changed. Uh, you can take away a couple of them.
Yeah, so this season we're gonna try to be having uh, guests every week. So your favorite invite players such as Banny. We're not really sure who's gonna come on next week, but that's one thing that we're gonna try to do: have more guests and try to center it around like a better, bigger topic overall. What else do we have, Marmaloo?
Something we were trying to do. I don't know if we're gonna keep doing it, but there is a link on I think on RG on the Discord on TF2. We're trying to do audio questions where either if we may try and bring people in to ask the questions live or just have just text of it. Maybe someone sends an audio or a video of it just so it's a little bit more interesting, interactive than just us reading off a bunch of text. But I think that's the main things we're trying to do. Maybe a few more fun little games, but we're gonna get into the season. So, couple teams. I think every team has changed. The few teams that stuck around have changed their rosters. Like Froyo, we're gonna start with them. Patty has left to play for Valorant, and Blaze, the classic Froyo owner, has come back to his home. And overall, this team is gonna be still as good as ever, if not better. And yeah, they got their roamer of their past coming back. All that experience, and we're bringing something in a little bit. It's called ceilings and floors. If you don't know, it's from sports usually. So the ceiling is the best a team could do, like in the best circumstances. What do you think their peak is? And then the floor is what's the worst you think they're gonna do. So for Froyo, obviously their ceiling is gonna be first place, and I think their floor. It's tough to say, but I'm gonna say second just in case certain things happen, other teams step up, maybe they step down a bit, but most likely the floor is going to be more true than false.
I feel like you almost have it. You definitely have the ceiling, but I think the floor this season is definitely gonna be one. Like
You gotta hope. You gotta have a little bit of hope.
listen, Blaze is back. I think that's kind of the final nail in the coffin. Like they've been looking absolutely strong this season. And looking at these teams that are forming, like they look great. Like Corsia, Morning Light, they have these really good players, but you can't really contest Froyotech, especially when they have an old favorite coming back like Blaze. So
I'm doing the same thing as last season. I'm putting hope into the hearts of the people.
you can try. You
If
can
I don't
try.
believe, then who will? I'm gonna get bashed in the comments as per usual. But next team is it's a return of Dorcia, a little bit different brand. They're bringing back in honor of Corsia. They got rid of myself, Cookie Jake, and Chunky in favor of Trip on Roamer, Zilly on Medic, and Alex on Demo.
I think that I think this season for Corsia, I think they're going to do a lot better than last season. They have really strong pickups like Trip, Zilly, Alex, Trip number one, obviously. Uh, Alex, really strong demo man. I think that he definitely has the potential to contest top invite like Froyo Attack. But I think that I'm going to go ahead and say my predictions. My top ceiling is going to be two. I think that they definitely have the potential to get second place. Like last season, everybody was like, oh my gosh, all these names, it's going to be great. And we obviously no offense, we saw where that was going, but I think this season is a lot better. And for the floor, honestly, looking at these teams, I think they can. I think there's a lot of fluidity this season. I think they can. If other teams really step up, I think they can go anywhere from second place to fifth place. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. So, I think this season for Corsia is more addition by subtraction. I think I'm using the right way, but since Ascent's gone, they instantly just shoot up to the second place favorite. Since I said the floor for Froyo, worst comes to worst. 2, I'm saying their ceiling is 1. If they can get everything together, if Brand Slam can be just an absolute god, because they're keeping the same core from last season. They have a really experienced team. I think probably you could just easily say the second most experienced team in the league. They have a solid scout combo, soldier combo that should be able to communicate back and forth, coordinate. Alex had an iffy start to last season, but I'm hoping he comes back in rat jail form and Zilly returning to medic. I think the success of this team is going to rely a lot on how Brand Slam can play and make sure he's staying on the same page, not going too fast to stay with Alex, because Alex usually plays somewhat fast, so I think he'll be able to fit in with Brand Slam. But another thing is because Trip in the past has played on teams where it's a really solid, like structured team where he's not going to be able to do something super special, something where he's making plays all the time. He just needs to play his role, push the flank, do one mans. But I think with Ash is really good at playing whatever role is needed or people want from him. So I think this is going to allow a lot more room for Trip to try and be, that guy, do his best. So like I said, I think the ceiling is 1. I can't really see them. I think they have too much talent really to drop below 3rd, unless one of the lower level teams really step up and have some of their newcomers be just like really solid playoff level. I think ceiling 1st, floor is 3rd.
Okay, I can respect that. I remember watching Bran, Ash. They were doing like amazing last season. I was always on their camera just because they were fragging. But hopefully this season they actually take the extra step and get that second place. I really hope for them. But going on to this next team, Global Clan, it's gonna be, let's see the roster here. Got Shamu, Ed, Hayes, Nazara, Chunky, Sky. What do you think of this team coming in? They took out Phone, Ricuzio, and now they have Ned and Nazara.
Yeah, I think overall, looking at this, I think it's probably a downgrade from last season. I think Ed and Phone are probably near the same level. Ed, I don't know, Ed's kind of crazy. He's really weird. He's a weird player to watch. He does some funky stuff, but I think the big downgrade is having to move Hayes to Roamer. Unless it's changed, what I saw was Hayes Roamer, Nazara Pocket, and I don't know how confident I am in Hayes playing a new role, which is usually pretty harsh to new players to play Roamer and Invite. And I don't really know much about Nazara, at least on an Invite level. Invite newcomer back on a team, and it could be rough at the start, but in order to make playoffs, they definitely need to beat these newer teams, less experienced ones that we're going to say a bit later. But I think I'm going to come out with my ceiling. I think their best is 3rd. I don't think if they beat Morning Light, they're not going to beat Corsia. If they beat Corsia, I don't think they're going to beat Morning Light. Beating both in one season is going to be really rough, especially the playoffs in a best of 3. But I think their ceiling's 3rd. They can make the playoffs. But I think if everything goes wrong, since this team is, I think, worse than last season, I think their floor could be 6th if they just don't get their stuff together.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree, actually. I would say their ceiling, I'm gonna say it's 1 lower. I'm gonna say it's 4. I think they might have the potential to go into playoffs, but I feel like it's going to be it's gonna like weigh on one game. They're gonna go like lose a game 3-4 and like barely miss playoffs. But I agree that they definitely do have the potential to be 6th place as well. So I'm gonna say ceiling 4, floor, ceiling 4, floor 6. Tongue twist.
Yeah, a bit crazy, but I think that's it. A team I think people have been anticipating and waiting for. It's kind of an amalgamation of players. Morning Light, a new org picked up. I think they played in Div 1 last season, but now they have an Invite roster. They got Sandblast Combo Scout, Alpha Flank Scout, Soapy Roamer, Dingo Pocket, Psy Demo, and Azen Medic. a lot of experienced players, barring one player. What do you think this team's gonna do?
Looking at the roster right off the bat, I think that the scouts are definitely going to shine on this team. Sandblast, Alpha, I think they're really good. And I feel like with the current meta of scouts like dominating Invite, I think that they're going to definitely be a potential third place, maybe even a second place if you really want to be ballsy. I think these names have really good potential. Psy, Soapy Meister, Dingo. There's some good names, and there's maybe one or two players that you don't really know or expect to be high invite this season. But coming into the predictions, I think this season they're definitely going to get into playoffs. I'm gonna make that prediction. So I would say that they have the potential to get third, maybe second if they beat Corsia, maybe fourth if they choke through the season. They're a little too overconfident. Sandblast feeds a little bit too much. So I'm gonna say anywhere from third to fourth.
Yeah, you're gonna be getting a Steam message anytime soon, but I think this team is probably the scariest team if you're rooting for them, because I don't know, because at least this team has amazing individual skill. I think everybody on the roster is really good individually. The main worry is I think one of these people are probably gonna have to take a little bit of a step down from what they usually do, because players like Sandblast, Alpha, Psy have been all the focal points of their teams a lot of times. Especially, I see Alpha more as a combo scout nowadays. I think he plays the role a lot better. I haven't seen his flank scout, and I've seen him struggle in a couple, at least logs and scrims that I've watched, but that may mean nothing. But I think maybe one of those scouts is going to have to take a step back and play more of a role, just so Aizen and Psy aren't being left out to dry the whole game with Sandblast doing crazy stuff one side, Alpha doing crazy stuff the other side, and then it's just Psy and Medic trying to survive the soldier bombs and all that. But I think the biggest question mark about this is Soapy, his first season to Invite, and he could be a big question mark, like I said. He has no real experience at Invite or top Div 2, and either I think he'll come out and really show his worth, or he may struggle against some of the other teams, especially the other playoff teams. But the most important games are going to be these other lower tier teams. A lot of the success on this team, I think, is going to be on how Soapy plays, and if everyone can agree under one caller, and because they have a couple people who like to main call and really dictate the pace of the game. But I'm going to finish it off. Ceiling, I think if everything goes well, they go well together. Soapy plays great. I think they could get second. That's their ceiling. And their floor, I think, is fourth. But if disaster strikes and Soapy is a complete bust, which I hope doesn't happen, and there's just clashing constantly with the comms, I could see fifth maybe happening if some of the other teams step up. But that is a big if. I think fourth is the floor, but fifth, maybe if the worst comes to worst.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Looking at these names, I feel like it's almost inevitable that there might be some conflicts. Somebody might get kicked from the team, but I think that's respectable. So going into this next team, Slowbro, we have names like Cap, Howard, Rikuzo, Fruit.
Yeah, that's their name.
That's their name. Pissy.
Yeah, it's not a great name, but we'll pass that.
Okay, Pissy.
But, yeah, and, I don't know. How familiar are you with some of these players? Because some of these names, I don't know if you're that confident in knowing of.
I've heard of Rikuzo, Fruit, Howard, Law Guy, but I'm not too familiar with Cap, Pissy.
Yeah, Cap is a big pug player. He has potentially been on a bunch of teams, and I know Pissy's been in the Div 1 advanced area for a while and pretty experienced. I don't have that much knowledge. So this is another team with a bunch of, I guess, like newcomers, because some of these people have had some experience. Like Howard's had some experience, Caps has had some experience. Pissy, very little to no experience for some of these players, in Invite at least. And given they do have a really good caller and medic in Logai, which is probably one of the top medics in the Div, even though on a lower level team, I think someone else on this team needs to step up vocally. So it's not just, because calling as a medic can be unreliable, just because the class can't really dictate the pace of the game, being not doing damage, you're kind of just healing people and you can peace out. But I think someone in the combo, maybe on the flank, needs to step up to help out, maybe initiate the fights and do all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Law Guy has, he has the most experience, I would say, out of everybody here, maybe Rikuzo as well. But I think somebody else like has to carry kind of that burden of stepping out, like you said. But we'll see what happens. And then let's go on to the next team, last team.
Whoa! We didn't finish.
Oh.
We didn't do the ceilings floor. I have a little bit
sorry,
more to say.
Sorry.
No, you're good. First time go. We'll cut you a little slack.
I'm an amateur. Sorry.
This team's success, I think, is going to be on how Pissy plays demo and invite, having to adapt to it, and how the scouts play around each other. I'm going to go with my ceiling. I think my ceiling, if they really work out, because they do have a solid team, their medic's probably going to outplay some of the other medics. I think their ceiling is 3rd, and I don't really see them getting 6th. I think they're too solid of a group of players to really drop to 6. I think their floor is 5th.
Okay. I can see that. So I would say, I would agree with you on the ceiling. You know, there's a lot of looking at these other teams. There's a lot of new faces like Soapy, Sin, and if they play off their advantages and some of their members' experience, I think they can definitely triumph over those teams. But I think they're gonna face a hard brick wall when they're facing Corsa and Froyotech. So I would agree with you with the ceiling 3 and the floor 5th. Yeah, exactly the same.
All right. I don't know if Caps is watching, but I'm looking at you, Caps. You got to step it up. We're going to move on next team, Witness Gaming. I think this is the biggest question mark team, at least for myself. They have Yosh on combo, Smiles on flank scout, Walrex on roamer, Rio on pocket, Sin Karma on demo, and Virgil on medic. Another team, how many of these people do you know? Because I 100% know 2 people like pretty solidly.
Yeah, I know Yosh, Smiles, Walrex, Sin. Well, Sin is new, but I think he's making some big waves right now.
Yeah, you've seen the logs, haven't you?
Oh, fuck yeah. Habib better watch out. He better not be slacking off this season. Virgil, I've heard of him, but, you know, I think these new names, people might question their reliability, but I think it's a sleeper team. Honestly, they're gonna pull out. They're gonna make playoffs. They might get 3rd. I'm gonna say ceiling 3rd. They're better than you may think. That's what I'm gonna say.
See, Smiles is a Highlander player, right?
Yeah, I remember him playing Highlander.
Because I've heard that. I don't know. This team, like I said, biggest question mark. I don't have knowledge about most of these people at least playing at an invite level consistently, besides Yosh, because I've seen Rio come in, leave time to time in the division, you know, play a couple times. But this team could be a surprise. I think, for me at least, the biggest question marks are going to be the flank of Smiles and Walrex along with Virgil, because I think Sin Karma has had really good stats, and he's been grinding his mind out in TF2. I don't know if it converts to wins or not, or if it's just him just doing damage while they're losing. But I want to see how this inexperienced flank handles some of the more experienced players, and if Virgil can really hold her ground in the matches coming up. I think their ceiling is 4th. They just don't have enough individual talent, I think, to beat some of the other teams in the super top. But I could see them, if they pull it together and they have really good comms, they play well together, they could get 4th. I think their floor is 6th. Because, you know, just I don't have much knowledge about a lot of these players, at least.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, some new names. I think the flank is definitely going to be a big hole in their team, like you said. But I think I would say they're a team to be scared on Koth. And because a lot of teams never pick Koth, I don't think they're going to reach their full potential. But if they do, they're going to be a real sleeper this season.
Is Smiles a sniper main, or is it just Yosh?
I think it's just Yosh.
Smiles is because the thing is, Rio has shown him playing scout. So if they play a map like Viaduct and they just throw Yosh on a sniper and just double scout, if they want to do that with Rio and Smiles, they could definitely just get in Yosh's backpack and hope he hits the shots. Yeah. And there are 3 Koth maps now.
Oh, 3? What do we have?
Yeah.
Product?
They have Bagel, Product, and Clearcut.
Clearcut. Okay. But
those other ones aren't sniper maps, though.
Who's going to play Koth this season? Like, are there any other teams on this list that look Koth heavy?
I know Psy doesn't really like Viaduct. I could see them playing a map like Clearcut, especially because Soapy is a jumper main. He's a high bomber. He's like a new classic high bomb, good DM player, good jumps.
Okay.
I could see them playing a map like Clearcut because that definitely plays to Psy a bit more. I don't know if any of these teams are super confident in Bagel. Maybe I know Ascent last season with Lol Guy loved that map, and Clear Cut. I don't know if the rest of the team is gonna like it, but I think maybe that Yosh team would like Viaduct, and I don't think Corsia would. Froyo gonna do Froyo things. I don't think they really care. And Global Clan, maybe Viaduct, because I know Chunky, I'm pretty sure, is comfortable on that map.
Yeah, maybe the new teams would be more open to playing King of the Hill than teams like Corsa or Frogotech, but I think that's it for this section of floor and ceiling. Do you want to take? Well, our next bit was going to be predictions, but are they up yet?
I'll double check. You keep going.
They're not up right now,
nope,
but
we're kind of in the dark right now.
Come on, RGL.
Yeah, I talked. Mac was in my chat yesterday. That guy apparently ranked all the teams last night. Shouts out to him.
Shout out,
but
man.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next section we had planned.
Should be power rankings, if I'm correct.
It is power rankings. Last season, if you don't know what power rankings are, it's just ranking top to bottom what we think the teams are going to be, and we're going to update it every week, if not every other week, something like that. And just over the season, we'll see how close we were at least the start compared to the end. And let's start. Do you want to start from the top or the bottom? You want to start from the top with how the season seems like it's going to go?
You know what? Might as well. I think we might as well. So
I think it'll be a bit more interesting.
Yeah, let's start with the first ranking. Let's have you start it out. Let's get your spiel out, and then I can react to the spicy bits. How about that?
You know, I have not put Frogotech there. I thought about it. You know, it may be a sleeper, but put Froyo at number 1 real quick.
Okay.
All right, all jokes aside, they got first last season dominantly against better opposition. And now they picked up someone I think you could say is better and a better fit in Blaze. There's no way they're slowing down during this. So I think it's pretty safe to say Frogotech number 1.
Yeah, their roster this time around is going to be definitely a lot stronger, especially like it's not like Shade coming back. Blaze is like a classic. Nobody can deny that as soon as he picks up that keyboard and mouse, he's going to be wrecking. You know, I would also say, you know, Frogotech, first place. Do you think they're going to drop any rounds this season, honestly?
I could see rounds. I can definitely see rounds. Depending on, like, especially maps. They're not going to go flawless. That's not possible. If they go flawless, that is insane.
Watch them.
All right, I'll be waiting.
Watch them.
Sometimes, you know, you're slacking. You're playing against a team that's a little worse than you, and you kind of mess around a little bit for a round. There goes one, because there's no added bonus besides saying I lost no rounds, which is kind of a big thing, but yeah. I don't see it. Second place, I think, at least right now, it's pretty safe to say, just from what I've seen before, I'm confident Corsia, second place at the power rankings, because all the other teams, pretty new, question marks. Corsia, all the experience in the world like we talked like before.
Yeah, I agree. Corsia, definitely number 2. They did pretty well last season. These pickups are only going to make them stronger. They got Zilly, Trip, Brand Slam, Yite, these really powerful names, and they don't really have the handicap, well, if you can call them a handicap, of, you know, newer players like Soapy, Sin, Pissy, my favorite. Yeah, I think it's kind of like the Frogotech of an invite without Frogotech, you know? I think they're going to do solid second. There's no way they can do anything else.
I thought I was the handicap. I was about to be a little bit upset, but
no,
they don't have the handicap anymore. They cut him off. But yeah, I think the safe third place, Morning Light. You know, once again, just sticking with the experience. Usually experience helps you out a lot of times, and they have a lot of individual skill. I think the individual skill is pretty insane. I think everybody on the team, like I said earlier, is pretty crazy. The only question mark is Soapy and maybe Aizen coming back to Invite, but everyone else has been playing consistently and Invite for the past few seasons.
Yeah, that's pretty good reasoning, but I think that while it looks good on paper, sorry if you can hear that the CIA choppers above me, but I think something's gonna happen this season. I don't know what, but I'm gonna say that Slowbro. I'm gonna put them on third.
Hey, that's
I'm
what
gonna
you
make
like
a
to
bold
see.
prediction. I'm gonna say Slowbro.
I could see it. I could 100% see it. I'm not too confident. I'm trying to stick with the brain because last season I didn't went out on a limb and I kind of got bit in the ass a little bit. But yeah, I definitely like that pick.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Slowbro. Something's gonna happen, but after them, I'm gonna say Morning Light. Morning Light's gonna come in right after them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna say Slowbro is my fourth place team right now. I think they like I said, they have a great color. I think they're going to be really solid as long as Caps can kind of keep himself in check, not go too crazy. Make sure, Lol Guy and Pissy are set. I think they can definitely make it into the playoffs. And yeah, even though they're a less known team than other ones like Global Clan, I think they're definitely favorites to make playoffs this season, at least at this point.
Yeah, I would say so. They might contest with another unexpected team that I think is my fifth choice, Witness Gaming.
Oh,
I think
crazy. Oh,
I think those two teams are gonna be battling it out this season. I think they're really close. I think they're gonna be 1 week Morning Light beats Witness Gaming. The other week Witness Gaming beats Morning Light. I think it's gonna be go the full 3 maps in playoffs if they both make it.
all right.
So I'm putting them 5th and 6th. What's left on mine? Global Clan number 6.
Faith in the Velocity 8K boys.
No, I just don't. Sin Karma is too powerful.
I love myself some Sin Karma.
I can't put him last.
I gotta go with what I know. I gotta go with the devil I know. I think that's the saying. I'm not sure entirely, but I'm gonna go Global Clan number 5. Even though they had a really underwhelming season last time, I think that Ed's a good pickup. I'm not so confident because I don't know how their Soldier's going to work out. I don't know how good Nazara is going to be. I don't know how good Haze on Roamer is going to be. But if they can try and get stuff together, focus on doing well this season, I think they could get 5th. And Witness Gaming at 6th. I don't know. Yosha's kind of crazy. Sin Karma's kind of crazy. Rio's kind of crazy. I don't know much about any of the other people, to be honest. I didn't watch much of Div 1 and Div 2 last season. But I could see the sleepers come out, and they're definitely wild cards to maybe jump up a couple seeds.
You're not giving them enough credit this preseason.
I have no clue about any of them really.
Just watch.
All right.
Yosh
We'll see.
is gonna pop off. Sin is gonna pop off. They're gonna get their first 5-0 this week.
Hey, that's what I said.
I know.
What you need to see is the other people popping off. I think that's the big determining factor.
Yeah, but
Because Sin Karma gets his numbers. Do you see that log? He dropped 600 DPM and lost in 12 minutes. Someone else needs to step up. Their soldier bombs, maybe. Something like that. I just don't know how much I believe in it.
But maybe there's a real difference of faith between us, But I think we can only say let's see what happens. Okay, I think this first week might be very telling.
Maybe we'll put something on it.
Okay, let's put something on it.
I don't know what something is, but
I don't know either. But
well, maybe we'll think about it later. But
okay.
The next thing we got is we're going to probably look at these later on in the season to see how close we were. Next one is class power rankings, which if you don't know, it's going to be like the same thing we're doing right now, but for each role. The roles may switch, but at the moment, what we have written down is what we're going off of.
Okay.
So I think what are we starting with?
We're starting with it goes like scout, right? Like something like that.
Pocket, combo scout,
pocket
scout. Okay. Pocket scout, flank scout, roamer, pocket, demo, med.
Does each team do they differentiate scouts?
Yeah,
is that the meta now? Okay.
Yeah. Usually it kind of melds a little bit, but usually you have a scout who is like, I am Uber Scout.
Mm-hmm.
I sit on med during fights, stuff like that.
Okay. So
Sandwest teams kind of get melded because Sandwest kind of goes crazy sometimes, but usually there is some distinct role where you say which scout role you're playing.
Okay. I'm not in the know for invite. Anyways, let's start with pocket scout. Let's let's have you start it off. Let's see what you think.
All right, Banny.
Banny?
Yeah.
I mean,
You gonna go out on a limb? Yeah.
No, no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Banny as well. Number 2.
This could be a couple people, I think.
I'm torn between like Yash and somebody else, but I feel like Yash is gonna be playing less scout than other people, so can you really say he's a scout? But I'm gonna
How much sniper do you think he's gonna play? He's supposed to be playing combo.
I think he's gonna be playing a lot more sniper than you think. I think
I've
these
seen
lower
some.
teams are gonna be pulling out their A game, and if they're gonna be pulling out their A game, Yash is gonna be pulling out that sniper rifle. So you know what? I'll go with Brand Slam. I think that's pretty solid to say. Brand Slam.
Took my boy. I'm gonna go Brand Slam as well. You know, I played with him last season. He's a little bit wild, but it's that combo scout syndrome. You know, as you go up, you got a little bit too much freedom, and once you get to the big leagues, sometimes your team gets punished for you going a little bit too wild. But I think they'll be able to rein him back a little bit. You know, keep him in check, and I think he's gonna be a really solid combo scout this season.
Yeah, he did really well last season. I think that with maybe a cent gone, that he's gonna definitely step up to contest for Tech. Let's get into our 3rd ranking. I'm gonna go ahead and say close 3rd, but I'm gonna say Shamu.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
you
Shamu.
You put them last.
I know, but
You like Shamu? You a big Shamu fan?
I'm gonna say Shamu. I
Alright.
just think he's gonna pull something out, you know? He's gonna pull something out and wave it towards other people and shoot him, you know?
All right.
I
If
think-
there's one guy that I know will always get his numbers no matter the case. I don't remember a log where this man has really had bad stats. Give me Sandblast. I think Sandblast, super consistent. Same thing with Brand Slam. He goes a little bit wild sometimes. Someone needs to keep him in check. I don't know if Azen's going to be that guy. They're going to need someone. Maybe Alpha can like tell him to chill out a little bit, play your role, because he kind of tries to do too much, goes sniper, all this weird stuff. So I hope he plays his role well.
Yeah, I think him like going sniper, pulling out all this crazy stuff is gonna kind of put him a little lower for me. I was gonna say Sandblast number 4, just because like he has so much potential, but I don't think he realizes. Well, maybe he realizes it, but he can be a bit too cocky at times, you know. But I think, you know, coming back after a season of this podcast, he might take a little bit of time to de-rust, you know, get his groundings and really pop off. But I'm gonna say Sandblast number 4.
All right. My number 4. How much do I believe in Caps? How much do I believe in him?
I don't know. I mean, his
That's
name
the
is
real
Cap.
question.
He caps the point. I don't know.
He was Caps and he changed to Cap, and I want to hear your. Is that objectively a worse name, Cap, than Caps? I think Caps is a better name.
I don't know. I think Cap is a pretty good name. You know, reducing a quarter of his name, but
That's risky.
it is. If he does it 3 more times, he's not going to have a name.
No, he's just gonna be blank text.
That's hard.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Yosh. Yosh, from the logs I've seen, has been really good, consistently, you know, getting his man. And I don't know, Caps is kind of a little bit of a question mark for me, but I know what I'm getting from Yosh. I'm getting good DM. He's gonna sit on that beam. He's gonna shoot soldiers. He's gonna kill scouts well. And yeah, I think Yosh is gonna be my number 4.
I'm gonna agree. He's gonna be my number 5. I think. I mean him. He's definitely better than Cap, I would say. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of sleeper this season. I think that these move ups can definitely shine. You know, so I'm gonna put Yash as my number 5. Cap is my number 6. What do you think?
I'm gonna go number 5. I'm gonna say Cap. I believe in Cap enough. I've played enough pugs with him. I think if he can just, like I said, play with Lol Guy, you know, keep everything in check, make sure everyone's doing good, kill the soldiers, be the soldier shooter, that needs to be
Better
in.
than Shamu though.
Shamu last season was super underwhelming, and he's been a little bit. I don't know. He's been on the decline for the past few seasons because I remember playing with him where he was just nuts. He was just that combo scout who just takes Ubers, gets kills, and he's kind of. It's just not the same thing anymore. I think Caps is the new blood we need, and I think Shamu. I hope he does well because love that guy, but I'm gonna stick with Caps.
All right. I understand. I see where you're coming from. So number 6, you're gonna say Shamu, and I think that's basically it for Pocket Scout.
That's
So
Pocket Scout down.
let's go for the other scout, the flank scout. Let's obviously Eric is gonna be my number 1.
Hold on a minute. I'm kidding. No, I put Eric number 1.
Yeah, of course. Like there's no contest. Eric.
No Slemnish around anymore to like try and
sadly
make an
not.
argument. So
Damn it.
Eric solid number 1.
Yeah, there's no really contest, but let's go ahead and move number 2. Not much to say about Eric, but I think number 2, I'm gonna say Yite.
Okay.
You know, I don't.
I was thinking there may be a little bit of surprise, but yeah, Yite.
I don't want to be like, you know, number 1 team classes, number 2 team classes, just kind of go it down. But
I think at least with the scouts, I think that is true. They have really good scouts they're good at their role. So I think I agree. Yite number 2. He's been hopping around classes, but he's got some crazy DM and he's had a lot of experience on flank scout, which I think will show against some of these newer teams.
I think so. He definitely has an edge above everybody else except Eric. Like, there's not. It's like Eric, Yite, and then a big drop off. You know, all these other people. So let's talk about these other people. Number 3. Let's hear yours. Your number 3. What do you think?
Alpha.
Alpha.
I like his combo scout more, but I think. I don't know. He's had experience on flank scout. He's known for a sniper, you know. I think he's got enough experience to really just he can show up. Maybe some of these other like I could see him and Yite having a good battle where Alpha I think he's going to have to help Soapy out a little bit with like pushing things, coordinating and stuff like that. But I think he's a solid number 3 and if all things go well and he can I don't know if he's going to be able to do everything he wants to on a team like this where there's so many people who are going to be that guy. I think he may have to take a bit of a step back and play a role and help Soapy out and make sure he can be the best he can. I think he's a solid number 3 for me.
Okay, I respect it. I kind of agree, but I'm gonna make a surprise pick. I'm gonna say Howard.
All right.
I think he can really. I think he can actually like contest.
Do you know who
Eric
Howard
and
is?
I've seen his work. He can make surprises.
All right,
Just watch.
I believe it.
I'm gonna say Howard. And then I think number 4 I'll put Alpha. You know, you said some good stuff about it. I agree. He's a really good scout. He has the experience. He can. I think.
I think you're discrediting some of these scouts a little bit with that last statement, but
I feel like him having to watch over Soapy and kind of guide him is going to weigh him down. You know, he's not going to reach his full potential if he has to hold these heavy people. You know, what do you think? What's your number 4?
I don't know how heavy Soapy is, but my number 4, I'm gonna say Ed. I like how Ed plays. Ed plays kind of, you know, like I said earlier, crazy, and he's weird. He's a weird player, but he's got some crazy DM. He's got the experience. He's played, and he's on a solid team where I think they're gonna have enough foundation where he's gonna know his spot. He's gonna know what he has to do. Ed, Cage Quad, whatever. That guy.
Okay, I haven't seen his work. Have you what have you seen about him that makes him really tick for you?
I don't know. I've seen his stream. I've seen him pug. I've seen him play some invite games. If you don't know who Ed is, you can see in the chat. It's KJ Quad. It's really weird, it's really spelt, but you know, he's just a solid player. He's got, like I said, crazy DM. I think he's a Kovacs kid, you know, so. Okay. And I have more faith in him than these other scouts, at least at the moment.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree, and I think, with the other scouts that's left, I say Ed is my number 5.
All
So
right.
Ed number 5.
Might be
What about you? What's number 5 for you?
Number 5 for me. I'm gonna say Howard. I think Howard's good. I don't. Howard is known for medic more than scout. I've seen definitely some crazy logs. I don't know how consistent Howard is on scout, just because I haven't, seen much of the work Howard's put in. But I think Howard's going to be solid enough to be at least number 5 for me. I think Howard could jump up if some things happen. If their team's better than Global Clan, I definitely think I could put Howard above. But at this moment, I am putting Howard at number 5.
All right, respectable. Maybe my eyes have only see him when he plays good. Maybe he is inconsistent, like you say. I don't know. We'll see. But I think we can both agree on number 6 here. I'm gonna go with Smiles. Obviously, the only one left. He's kind of new, and from my memory might be shitty, but I think I remember him like playing Soldier before, and then seeing him as scout today. I'm just not confident in his abilities. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Like we talked about earlier, I just don't know much. I haven't been following the other divisions, so I don't have much knowledge about what Smiles has done. I'm just looking at it right now. He was in Div 1 and they got 6th place. Okay. Yeah, they got 6th place last season. So I think just out of the playoffs. So I don't know. I don't have much confidence, but I could see. I hate putting people at last, but I hope they can at the end of the season, jump up and really prove themselves.
Yeah, we can say that about anybody, though. But,
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not go into any BM. Let's go to our next class. Let's go to Roamer. Let's see. Who do you think is the true number 1 for Roamer?
I'm sorry to say to Trip, but I think Blaze has taken his throne. Trip will always be number 1 in our hearts, but Blaze has got that resume. He's a solid player, and it's his actual individual mechanics aren't going to matter that much as long as he's doing the right thing, helping the team out, and he's going to have impact basically no matter what. Even if he misses every rock, I'm not saying he does, but hypothetically, if he did 0 DPM, I think he still would have more impact than some other people.
It's called making space. Making space. You don't have to do any damage, but the space that Blaze makes, he's gonna make the best space out of everybody. He's gonna expand the universe, get first place instantly, first week, first place.
Expand the universe. All right, I'm excited to see that.
He has ungodly powers. Just you watch that hair.
What if he's bald now?
Is he bald? Oh my god.
No, I don't
no.
know if he's not bald. But what if? You don't know. Exactly. You don't even know if he's bald or not. He could be. You'd be talking out your ass right now. But I want to hear what you have for number 2, Roamer.
Number 2, Roamer. No, number 1 to number 2, Trip. I'm going to say Trip.
It's sad to see the downgrade.
It is, but what do you think?
I got to agree. He's had a couple seasons on Roamer now where I think he's pretty solid. And a lot of these other Roamers are kind of new, barring like one person.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Trip is solid number 2 right now. He's on the number 2 team. Once again, top 2 teams have the top 2 players so far.
Yeah. So number 3, I don't know these many Roamers, but I think Rakuso is like the one name that I recognize above Hayes, Soapy, and Walrex. So I'm gonna say Rakuso number 3. I think him and this team are gonna be kind of opening some eyes. They're gonna making some surprises. I think, Rakuso. I think he's gonna. You've seen him a lot before. You're gonna see him again, and I think he's gonna be improving this season. I think by the end of this season, he's gonna be, contesting with Trip, maybe even Blaze. What do you think?
I agree. I could agree with your first point, but maybe not the second with him contesting with Blaze. I could see Rakuso maybe. I don't know. I held Rakuso super high, and then I think it was either last season or the season before. I was utterly disappointed, but I'm going to stick with it. I still think he's the number 3 roamer right now, especially everyone else doesn't have much experience, and I think he's solid enough. He's playing on a newer team, and I think he's just gonna do his thing, be his Rakuso self, and do well individually at least.
Okay, yeah. So, agree for the third. Let's see if it's 4 for 4. Number 4, roamer. I'm gonna put Hayes.
All right, there we go.
What do you
We
think?
got a division here. I'm putting Soapy.
So we don't have the same vision,
Yeah,
do
we don't. I don't know. The thing is, I think he could be really, really, really good, but there could be the off chance that it just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Hayes, I see him completely as a pocket. I have no clue about his roamer, but I've seen Soapy in pugs at least. I've seen some logs. The 2 logs I've looked at, I think he dropped like 300 DPM, 30 and something, and then the next one he dropped like 150. I'm like, what is happening? So, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
But those are just scrim logs. But I think if Morning Light is to succeed, it's going to be on the back of that man.
Yeah, but like I said before, there's going to be other people kind of propping him up. I don't want to discredit him, but I feel like, he has some way to go, but after 4th, I think number 5, he has a nice comfy spot. He's not as
That's fair
good
enough.
as others, but I think he still has some room to improve.
Yeah, I'm going to put number 5, Hayes. I think he's a solid soldier. I have no clue about his roamer, but I even have less of a clue about Walrex. So
Yeah.
I'm going to put Hayes at 5, and I think we both put Walrex at 6. And I hope, this is some whiteboard material for them. They go back into the scrim mumble and be like, these guys put us number 6. Let's prove them wrong. And that's what I want to see. I want to see them rise up because it's always nice to see a wild card surprise story.
Yeah, and it's roamer, so anything can happen. I feel like Walrex is gonna be that soldier on Sunshine mid. I can see it now. He's gonna be jumping through the air, med pick, air shot on mid, and he's. I feel like he might be one of the spearheads in the team, other than Sin. Sin
is the people's champ. I'm sticking with that. Sin is my hero.
Yeah, he's gonna be my number 1 for demo. Anyways, before we get to demo, let's go to pocket.
Okay. I thought you got order.
No,
pocket.
No.
Yep.
I can't forget about pockets.
Okay. All right. I think we may be stuck in the same scenario we have been for the past 3. I want to hear what you have to say. We'll just see who you think the number 1 pocket is right now.
Nazara, he really speaks. No, I'm kidding. It's Jay.
I knew it was a bait.
It's Jay.
Yeah, just mark my name there. He was incredible last season. I don't see why there'd be any difference, and if anything, maybe even better because got Blaze.
Oh yeah.
I've heard a lot of things, but Jay number 1 right now, and he definitely deserves it right now.
You know what I want to see? I want Jay with Blaze on this team. I want to see the double market Gardener. That's what I want to see.
Happen, and that would be horrible. I hate Mark Gardner.
Imagine.
Maybe we'll get into it later episode, but I hate that gun.
Imagine rolling up to mid as a medic. You see 2 soldiers flying at you with Market Gardner. 1, 2. You're
just
dead.
Disconnect. Just kill bind. You're saving yourself a little bit of time. It's happening. One of those people are hitting it.
Yeah, they are. Man, Blaze from behind, Jay from the front. I don't want to be explicit here, but let's get into number 2.
It's a little bit suspect.
I'm gonna say Ash is my number 2 for pocket. He has the experience. He's, Dingo, Rio, Nazara, Fruit. They just don't have the street cred that Ash does. I think he's gonna be making some big plays this season. What do you think?
I agree. I think after playing with Ash, I definitely understand what people say. He's got great comms. He's a great teammate. I think that he's definitely set to be the number 2 pocket this season. And I think there's a couple other people that I maybe could see overtake. But right now, I think Ash is the number 2 pocket.
Okay. I agree. Let's see if it's 3 for 3. Pocket. We got Fruit. We've got Nazara, Dingo, Rio. Just based on who I recognize, I'm gonna say Dingo is gonna be number 3.
I thought you'd put someone else. Yeah, Dingo's really solid. Dingo's got really good mechanics. He knows what's up. These other players a bit less experienced. At least one of them is a lot less, and two of them a little bit. But I think Dingo definitely deserves that number 3 spot. He's really good at both Soldier and Demo, as you've seen in the past, but I definitely think his Soldier is number 3. I want to hear what you have for number 4, because this is where you're getting out of the realm of you knowing all these players and all their little things, you know?
Yeah, these last 3 pockets, I might not know that well, but this is the only pocket that I've really heard of before. And if you want a hint of who it is, look at my shirt. Go ahead and say it for me.
Let's go Fruit.
It is
Let's
Fruit.
go Fruit.
Yes.
I like your shirt.
Thank you very much.
I only have plain color T-shirts, so you know.
I'm gonna say it's definitely Fruit. You know, I've heard his name before. I think he's gonna be a sleeper pick this season.
All right.
Pocket might not have as big as flashy role as Romer, but I think he's gonna be doing really well this season with Lol Guy. What do you think? What's your number 4?
I was gonna say Fruit, but you know I'm gonna go out on a limb. Rio. Rio he's got crazy DM. I don't know how much game sense he has, how good of a teammate he is, but I watched a couple Sin Karma streams from time to time, and he sounded like he was he's being a good leader, giving good advice, and I think he's got the individual skill to really rise up and make it to number 4 for me.
Okay. I'm gonna say that I'll put Nazara above Rio.
Damn.
I think with other names on that team like Shamu, Hayes, Chunky, Sky, I think they know more than me. I think they picked a good player up on their team, and I'm gonna say that he's gonna fit in well. I think he's gonna match the other players' skill levels. I'm gonna put Nazar up there.
All right.
What do you think?
Sadly, I don't have as much faith. I know Fruit. Fruit's a very solid player. I think he's a great pocket. He flies around. Fruit is a fly around soldier, and I think he's going to be a great fit for that team. And yeah, I think he could definitely rise up, but I think Rio individually is better. But Fruit he does what needs to be done. And I want to hear what you want to say about your last place player, Rio.
Never heard of him. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know his work.
That makes sense.
Sorry,
Then,
sorry, Rio. I look forward to spectating you this season, but I have to put you on 6th place. Show me otherwise this season. Best of luck to you, but I'm sorry. Number 6, Rio.
All right, that makes complete sense. You've never seen him. Don't know how you'd put him any higher, but I'm gonna put Nazara at 6th for me, just because I really haven't seen that much from Nazara. I know they won last season, I'm pretty sure, in Div 1, which grats to him, but I didn't really watch that game, and I just am not quite familiar where I am more with Fruit, Rio, and everyone else that we've said earlier.
Yeah, okay. Understandable. So, any other words before we move on to, I think, unarguably is going to be the best pool of players, Demo Man.
There's some picks here. I can see our list having one guaranteed same.
Can our first one be the same though?
All right, you going out? You saying it? I know what you want to say.
Hell no, I'm saying it. I'm not saying it. Habib, number 1. I'm sorry.
I'm disappointed. All right. Yep. Habib, number 1.
No,
without a doubt.
There's not much to say about Habib.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just Habib. He's been on Furry Tuck for so long. Furry Tuck isn't going to lose this season. Habib is fucking beast.
But what if they do?
What if?
What if they do? What if Sin Karma dethrones the king and becomes the greatest to ever play the game?
Then you know what? I'll give Sin Karma my 2nd place.
Okay, that's what you'd like to see.
Sin Karma, his team.
I love.
Even if they don't win all the matches, I think Sin's gonna be the MVP for that team every single match. What about
hinting towards something in the future? But I gotta go with Alex. Alex, I believe in him. I'm going with number 2 on the number 2 team, and I love myself some Sin Karma, but I gotta stick with Alex. good friend. Not really. I know Alex. I don't know if he's a good friend, but I know
Understandable.
about Alex. I've seen him disappoint me last season. The team I joined had a L off the start just because the man couldn't deliver. Everyone
Hmm.
teases him about it. You may not know, but everyone makes fun of him for losing that game. But I think that Alex is number 2 for me.
Okay, understandable. Just due to time, I'm gonna maybe speed along here,
Oh, we
but
are
I'm
running
gonna
out of time. I didn't realize.
I'm gonna say size number 3. You know,
Hmm. Okay.
I think he's a sleeper. People pass him up too much. They don't give him enough credit.
I feel like that's the exact opposite, but I'm gonna go with side number 3 as well, just
Okay.
because all the experience, all the stuff he's done. And number 4, ooh, I want to do it. I'm going with Sin Karma. I love myself some Sin Karma.
There we go. Finally, couldn't come any earlier, huh? All
No.
right, number 4. I'm gonna put Chunky. It's very close between him and Alex for me, but
All right.
I'm gonna put Chunky. Number 5. I'll put Alex on number 5.
Do we have actual time restraints, or do you want to just go until?
I don't care. I have all night.
Okay, you want to just let's just take our time then, because I don't think
Okay.
it matters, because
Yeah.
scrims aren't happening for a while. But yeah, I think for number 5, I'd have to say Chunky as well. He's a solid player, a lot of experience. He's done well in the past. I just want to see if him doing well can contribute towards winning games and stuff like that. Because so far, at least on the 8K rosters, it just hasn't been the case a lot of times. But I'd love to see him and his team really step it up this season.
Yeah, I definitely think he's that demo that's gonna be. I think him and Alex are the 2 closest demos. I really look forward to when they face off. I want to see who comes up out on top, but other than that, number 6,
Questionable name. Questionable alias. That's all we're going to say.
Pissy. I mean, I've never heard of Pissy before. It's kind of a piss name. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't. I'm gonna put Pissy number 6. Sorry.
Yeah, every time I have to say the alien, it's just a bit uncomfortable, but I don't I don't have much experience with knowing how Pissy is on demo as a player individually. I just haven't seen many games, but I'd love to see them step it up, maybe overtake some people that we have above, but right now putting them at 6 for me.
Yeah, I mean, we can say that about anybody, but I if anybody's gonna step it up, I want Pissy too. I
You want to
want
say that? You want to say it more
I
often?
yeah, Pissy. I want everybody in chat to say Pissy. Like
Please don't.
when I'm spectating him and he gets that team wipe on mid, I want everybody to just be spamming Pissy in chat. I just want the piss to fly everywhere.
I don't want to be here anymore. This is uncomfortable.
I'll make sure you cast their team when we spectate them.
Okay.
All right, let's start this toilet. Let's stop this toilet talk and let's go to medic.
All right. Number 1, I think last season it was contestable, but I think this man, the myth, the legend, has put himself above all the other people. Skis Karma, alt medic man.
Yeah, I mean, Furry Tech number 1 ranking. Surprise. I'm gonna put Law Guy. Let's have our first disagreement for number 1.
I like that.
I'm
like that
gonna
pick.
put Law Guy. Skis normalize dropping Ubers.
No,
Come
there was
on,
someone
man.
who definitely did. I remember that stat. Daffodil normalized dropping
Come
Ubers.
on, man. But I think Skis was like a close second, right?
I thought it was a big dispute, but
Was there?
I think it wasn't it like it was like 6 and then like 12 or something dropped
Oh.
from Daff.
Well,
All right.
I'm gonna put Skis. Skis. I'll put you number 2. How about that?
All right.
Compensation for that. I'm sorry. What do you
Okay.
think? Are you just
My
gonna do
number
like
2.
opposite Law Guy? Are you gonna do
Yeah,
Law
I'm
Guy?
gonna say low guy. Low guy's insane. It's just I don't know. Skis really proved himself last season. I think a lot of people doubted Skis, but at least individually, I think Skis is a great caller and all that. But I think he showed that he can, if he just focuses on his individual game, he can really blossom and shine. But Low guy's crazy. Low
Yeah.
guy's crazy. I've seen some crazy things. Low guy plays to live all the time, and it works all the time.
Yeah, I think him and Fruit really going to come out and shine. Fruit is going to allow Law Guy to really, make his debut, his real debut. Disregard his past seasons. He's gonna be the MVP for this season. Yeah, Law Guy.
Law Guy literally just played with the second place team last season. DolphiN.
Yeah. Listen, when you got
all right, I'll let you
pissy,
play your narrative.
Law Guy's gonna get first, even if his team doesn't. How about that?
So it's like the trip #1 roamer situation.
Yeah,
Medic.
yeah. He's basically the trip of medics.
All right, the Sin Karma of medics.
Yeah.
If we could say that.
No, because Sin Karma, this is his first season and he debuts instantly. I think this is going to be a Law Guy's debut season.
All right, I believe it.
What do you think about number 3?
Number 3, I'm going with my boy, Zilly Chang. Basenda Chang, all the aliases that you could know, Dunbar. Solid medic, he can call. Mechanics are good. Just everything you'd want from a medic, usually.
Yeah. I think that's a solid third pick. I think I'll agree with you. Zilly, can't deny, good guy. Gonna put him third place.
Yeah, I didn't think you could do another rhyme there. It's getting rough after that.
We'll see. All right, number 4. I'm gonna put. I really want to put Sky.
All right.
But I don't know. Nazara. He was number 6. I don't think Sky's gonna. Sky doesn't have the ability this season. I'm gonna put AZN.
All right. I'm gonna agree with you. AZN, age-old Mal medic. He's solid. He's like the classic medic prototype, but like just a chill guy. He's a chill guy, solid player. He's not gonna cause big problems within like the comms and everything. He's not gonna start freaking out. He's just gonna be there chilling. Oh, I got killed, but he's good. He's good.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty simple to say. And then let's move on to number 5. I'll put Sky number 5.
All right.
What do you think? I think.
You know what?
Sky.
I think I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think.
Oh.
Finish what you're saying.
I think Sky really good. I think Sky does really good with their team. I think Sky, Chunky. I don't know about Nazara though. I don't know. That's why Sky's number 5. I only put Virgil underneath because I haven't really heard of Virgil. What are you gonna put?
You know what? I'm saying Virgil. I've been watching, the only streams I've been watching is Sin Karma. When they're up, I see the comms. I think Virgil's looking out to try and be better. Try and improve, make their team the best possible. And I think that hunger is really gonna help her out in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know anything about her individually. I just hear the comms. So, I'm going to stick with Virgil. I think, this may be the season.
Yeah. Okay. So we kind of switch it around for 6th place. Virgil. Haven't really heard of Virgil. And then I'm guessing Sky's number, you're number 6. Why number 6 though?
I don't know. That team's been so underwhelming, and I think the main problem is the combo is just like not really fitting well together anymore, and I'd like to see them be better, but I don't know. Sky just has been underwhelming for me, at least for the past few seasons.
I guess so. It's kind of like, oh, this season Sky's gonna shine. This season they're gonna win, and then it never ends up happening. But I'm gonna say this next season they're gonna do better. Let's keep the faith. You got to keep the faith. All right.
Okay.
So I think that's it for the rankings.
Do we want to just do all the segments we had written down? Just so.
Yeah.
I think we should.
What's left?
Okay, so we're bringing back what we did last season. We're gonna have the MVP. We're predicting who we think the MVP and the biggest surprises of each team is gonna be. Just so at the end of the season we can look back, see how right we were, all that, and it's just like a fun little thing to see. what we were right on, what we were wrong on. So I'll let you kick it off. We're gonna go in the order at least. What order do you want to do? Froyo first.
Let's do Froyo. Yeah, like we started with the power rankings. Let's do Froyo first. So Froyo, MVP this season. He's coming back. Blaze. I'm gonna put Blaze MVP. Biggest surprise. Habib. Not for a good reason though. I think this season he might take it a bit back. Might be taking something from.
You're doing the biggest surprise in a negative way.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Sin, Sai, Alex are gonna be giving it to Habib. I think.
Giving it to him.
Yeah, I don't have faith in Habib this season. I think Blaze coming in is giving Habib a bit too much room to slack this season. That's my prediction, at least.
All right, you know what? I'm going to disagree with you. I think Habib's going to be the MVP this season. Every season, he just does not surprise me. Just dropping all the stats in the world, being that guy, clutching out when they need him, and biggest surprise. This is one of those teams where it's like, it's pretty hard to see who's going to be surprised because you kind of know what you're getting from most people. But
yeah,
I'll just say Jay because I think everyone else here has really proven themselves, at least at like with Froyo every season doing it, and Jay is just the new guy.
Yeah, I can understand that. But going on to second team, I think we can agree. We'll go to Corsia. Corsia.
Okay. Corsia.
MVP this season. I'm gonna say Trip, number 2 Trip.
All right. Well, I am gonna disagree with you again. I think Brand Slam is gonna be that guy, that dude this season. He's gonna take that beam, gonna kill everyone with weird Ubers, and he's combo scout on good team, and usually that's a recipe for success. And biggest surprise for me, at least, I think is gonna be Alex, because Alex had a bad season, like I said last time, and I think he can definitely step it up this time around.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll agree with the Alex bit. I think that he definitely has potential. If he gets the opportunity to, he's definitely gonna shine this season.
All right.
So you want to take away number 3?
All right. What were we saying? Morning Light or Slow Bro? Which one?
Let's go down the list we have. Let's do Slow Bro.
Okay, so Slow Bro's number 3 on our list. I think MVP for this team. I think it's gonna be a rare sight. I think Lol Guy honestly will be, because Lol Guy is the, I don't know, when I think of this team right now, I just think of Lol Guy on Medic, playing an RTS, clicking on caps, pointing forward, kill guy, stuff like that. I think Lol Guy's definitely gonna be the mastermind behind this team if they have success.
True. I agree. Lol Guy, MVP, but I think, yeah, there's not much to say. I mean, he's the one that's really going to be the glue for this season. But biggest surprise, I'm going to say, I think you know what name I'm going to say.
I don't want you to say it, but I know you're.
I won't say it. I'll Pissy.
Just type it.
It's Pissy.
I'm stuck between the scouts on this team, because I think the soldiers really have proven themselves. I know nothing about Pissy, but I think, I'm gonna say Howard, because I know a bit of Cap's scout. I know what he's about. I don't know much about the Howard scout, the Howard flank scout. I'm gonna go with Howard, my biggest surprise for this season.
Yeah, I would say Howard, but due to his lack of consistency, I think that even if he does well, does bad, it's not going to surprise me. That's the only reason I don't see Howard, but I see where you're coming from,
All right.
So number 4, Global Clan, MVP this season. I'm going to say Hayes. I'm
going to say Ed. I'm a big fan.
Okay. How come?
I don't know. I think this team has enough infrastructure where he can just work, do his thing, off class a bit, go make some solo plays, take some 1v1s, and just really show off his individual ability, because he's good at sniper, good at scout, spy, whatever, I don't know. I guess he's good at spy, but I think this is definitely like an area for him to be the guy who steps up on this team.
Okay. So I'm gonna take your word for that, and I'm gonna say Ed is gonna be the biggest surprise this season.
All right. Let me see. Who could I even? Ooh, I guess I'm gonna double up. I'm gonna say Ed's the biggest surprise because given I don't think a lot of people know a lot about Ed, at least on an invite level. Given you don't, and I'm assuming a lot of people in chat don't really know that much.
Hmm.
But I think I'll double down on Ed.
Okay.
Ed will be the biggest surprise and the MVP of this team by
Okay.
the end of the season.
Double dipping. You think he's gonna really shine, huh?
A lot of faith. If I get let down, not the first time in the Golden Cap I've been let down.
All right. Well, moving on. Morning Light MVP this season. I'm gonna say shout out to Sandblast. I'm gonna put him as MVP.
I will agree. He's the combo scout. I think he's going to be the central point. A lot of things that are happening actively. I think he's going to be, that guy. Take those Ubers. Same situation as Brand Slam. Combo scout, good team. A lot of the game is going to be his numbers being big because he is, like I said, the combo scout, going to get those soldier picks, going to get those Uber trades, all that stuff. And he's, unless something changes, usually Sandblast teams, he's kind of the vocal leader and stuff like that. I think it's probably going to be the same.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I think, Sandblast just has that big brain. I think he's really a person that rallies a team together. If you guys are like down 4-0, he's the one person that's going to take those Ubers. He's going to give a half-hour talk to the team, and they're going to win 5-4. So MVP, definitely Sandblast. Biggest surprise this season, I think Soapy is going to improve. I think he's going to really shine on these matches, and I'm going to put him as my biggest surprise.
Problem with this team is another one where everyone's pretty experienced, where it's not going to be a huge surprise. So I think I have to agree. The only new guy on this team, I'm hoping he's the biggest surprise. I hope he does well. This team can contest Corsia and maybe Froyo, but hopefully just have that 2 and 3 race. And I think Soapy is gonna be the biggest surprise.
Okay, I understand. We've seen these players before. If they do well, it's not really a surprise. So, make a good point. Last one, Witness Gaming. What do you think? What's your MVP? We have some good names. We have some unknowns. What do you think the ultimate MVP is gonna be?
For Witness Gaming, I think I was gonna say I have to say, but I want to go with the People's Champ. But Yosh is so solid. I have a feeling you're gonna take the People's Champ, so I can go with the more the objective MVP. I'm gonna say Yosh. I think Yosh is gonna be the MVP of this team.
Okay. And I think you really know me.
Take it away. You put him number 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Sin MVP,
Right.
Unless he has half his brain taken out. I think, judging by the preseason, he's gonna turn some eyes. I think he's gonna be my MVP. But
Someone takes out half the RAM, I think maybe, but otherwise
he can just download some more. Anyways,
That's true, actually.
biggest surprise this season, I'm gonna say Smiles. I think he, out of everybody, he's definitely my pick. He's gonna be my biggest surprise. I think he's gonna have such potential to wreck other teams with Yash that is just too much. Like Walrix, Rio, they can't really. I don't think they have the potential to surprise anybody this season. I don't have much faith in them. What do you think?
I'm gonna say Sin Karma, biggest surprise. I don't know if people were expecting him to, after last season, to really just show up to invite and just be scary. He's a terrifying man. I think Sin Karma's gonna be my biggest surprise for the season.
All right. Even if he does well every match, is that really a surprise though?
It depends who you ask.
I guess so. But anyways, I think that's it for our MVP and biggest surprise guesses. So next one, I think we can start to close it out. Try to how about you tell tell these fine people how they can give their questions to us.
Yeah, we're going to answer a question in a bit, but we're trying to do something that make it a little bit more, engaging, interesting. You can see in the Discord and the TF2 thread, like I said earlier, there's a link to a Google form where you can fill out your name and like a little bit of interesting info. And then if you want, you either type the question and then you send an audio or a video of you asking the question, saying all the like little things that are asked. It's a little bit more interesting and fun. Maybe in the future we can bring someone on to ask it in person, but at this moment that's what we're going to be planning on doing. But we have one from Dip. It is just text. He's playing an intermediate this season. He's a roamer main. His favorite team, Ascent. And the question is, what is the best way to improve Soldier DM? And is there something else that helped you improve at all? I don't know if you have much experience in Soldier.
I play some RGL pugs, rgl.gg/pugs. I play Soldier in those sometimes, and I think kind of the best way to improve are, pugs. Best way to improve is to play. I mean, that's kind of like the golden rule of any game, really, is to just play. What do you think? You have more street cred than I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an MGE guy, but I think you need to find what works for you. Then you need to play a little bit of everything, MGE, if you play it and it's just not working for you, you're not having fun, you're not enjoying it, then just don't do it. You don't need to. DM is what I did. I don't know if I did a lot of jumping around, shooting people, just keeping active in scrims. Definitely play a lot of scrims, obviously, but I think another thing is, pugs. Pugs, like you said, you keep getting those reps in. It's as close to an actual game environment as you can get that aren't scrims or matches. And if you just play it to try and improve, work on some things and play it seriously, you can definitely improve. And if you find anything else that will help you out individually, watching demos, stuff like that, then do so. But whatever works for you.
Yeah, I mean, take it from the man himself. #1 roamer last season. Sorry, Trip, but he was number 1.5. You're number 1 last season. Anyways, I think that's. Do we have any more questions other than that?
I think we're gonna try and end it because we went 20 minutes past usually the time, but it is the first time around, so maybe we'll extend it out a bit longer from now on. But I think that's it. Unless there's anything you want to say. Any shout outs? Anything you gotta say, DolphiN, first time as an actual guest or person? I don't know.
Who's DolphiN?
I don't know, man. Who are you?
I don't know.
DolphiN
Anyways,
with a capital N.
Yes, you can't forget the capital N. Anyways,
I forgot about it.
Shout out to everybody in chat. Love you guys. What about you, Marm?
Shout out to Dip who asked a question. I was kind of disappointed to only see one, but you gotta love it. We're gonna be back next week, 7 p.m. EST. Remember to ask questions. If you have any ideas for future segments or little things or feedback, leave it in the Discord. We got a channel for that. And yeah, see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Golden Cap Podcast. If you like the show, be sure to join the Discord and join us every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern.